So I parked my truck out here in the backyard like a month ago, and she don't want to start. So it's about time of the year we might need to be using it. Bought one of these little jump kits a long time ago, and I never had any success with it. So we're going to give it another try. Obviously the battery push needs to be cleaned. We're going to give it another try here because it's definitely dead. Try to crank it. It went over. It half turned over. But it takes a bit to get this truck fire up. If not, we got that one there. We'll get it going. Now we just got to work it. Cannot believe it actually worked. Like I said, it cranked over one time, but it actually worked. So glad I didn't give it away. Still need to clean that post up. The tire is a bit on the flat side, but it still rolls. So we'll put some air in it when we get there. 7.5. This one here is my 30. This one here is my 302. Gets about twice the fuel mileage the other one does every day. It's got problems. It leaks. But you know what? Drives to work every day. I bought two of these things. I gave one to Emily and one for myself as a battery, backup battery to have. I don't know, way back in Christmas a couple years ago. I can't remember now. It's probably been 2 or 3 years, and that's literally the first time I actually used it and it worked. I tried to use the one she had, which is a little bit smaller than this one. It didn't work, so like I said, it didn't really work. So then I bought the little bit bigger one, but comes in this little pouch, clamps, charging cord thing. Anyways, let's go find the next thing to do. This truck I bought in 2002. It's a 1997 250 heavy duty. I bought it with 75,000 miles on it, and that's what it's got on it now. More than 10 years ago, transmission started slipping on me real bad. It fixed itself. I mean, it slipped for a good year, and then eventually it fixed itself. And then I had another issue with transmission. We changed the fluid in the filter, and they didn't get the seal back in there good, so oil run out on me. Well, then it started making some more sounds, and we got that put back together. And this is 2021. I'm still driving the same truck. Yeah, I've had a couple other trucks in between, but that's only because this one does not get the best fuel mileage. But it is a 250. It has a gooseneck. It totes your tractors down the road. It hauls hay bales. Yeah, it's been totaled twice. And I mean totaled twice. Front end and rear collision. Then front end collision again. So, this is actually, if you want to know, this is my first real truck that I bought and paid for making payments. My very first truck is sitting in Dad's what used to be the garage. Yeah, I totaled that one too. It's still sitting there though. And then later I got another totaled truck from my cousin, and I got another totaled truck from the neighbor, and I took the two of them and put them together and made a very not that great S10. Not great S10. And I drove that for quite a number of years. Starter went out on that. Then I need a new starter. Well, then that starter went out, and I got fired up. I was going to buy me a real truck. I wanted a real truck this time. So I looked and I looked and I looked, and I found this one. It was the one I could afford. Yeah, I wanted 4 doors. But a 4-door truck had a diesel, and that meant another $5,000, and that meant I couldn't afford it. So, it didn't happen. Plus, I didn't really want a diesel, because, you know, I'm working on a farm. I drive from here to town and back, and here to town and back, and, you know, I didn't go anywhere anyways. But I still wanted to be able to haul my tractors eventually. So, so I found this truck. I got a loan. I bought it. This truck come out of, like, they told me it came out of Texas. I never tracked it down or nothing. But anyways, hey, check that out. He's out here with his 986 running the rototiller out here plowing up his garden. He got that rototiller making that big old tractor talk over here too. right here. This is my grandfather's on my mom's side back in the day. That's how my mother and father met. I think I said 9/6/86. It's 10/86. I knew that, but you know, you talk, don't even think about it. Oh yeah, he's been out here plowing, and he plowed up all that. He had grass in that spot. He plowed that up. They're gonna put the garden back out there again. He's a pretty good neighbor. He's been farming this farm for several years now. He's alright, old boy. Howdy, y'all. I don't even think I mentioned it. This is March 29th. We just came over here to the farm. We need to get the dump truck running. I need the junk off that little trailer, so I put the zero turn on it, so I go mow grass at my house. I guess I could always hook that little trailer up, but I don't think the zero turn will fit on that. Plus it might be a little sketchy getting it on there, but you never know. We only got about a half hour to mess around with this, so I'm gonna go do something. Well, we got her fired up. Stuck a different battery in there. That's also a 460. 11.5, 1992 F600. I bought this old truck. Oh, wait a minute, I gotta put a strap on that battery. Probably won't matter, but I don't want it falling off on me. Don't want it falling off. A little dinky battery in there, but it started the truck. It'll work for now. The other day, Dad, I was feeling a little bit under the weather before the party. Dad come out here to move it for Emily. Couldn't get it started, so he hooked a chain up to it and drug it out with the farm all. But yeah, that's my dump truck. It runs. It's a little short bed. Rides terribly. It wobbles when you get a load on there. If I don't disconnect the battery on that truck, it runs it dead. I don't know why. When I got the truck, it didn't do that. But a couple years in, it started doing that. Well, there it is. It needs work, but it does run. Currently, it's got an exhaust leak. One of the cab clearance lights on top of the cab is missing, so the water can get in. And right now, the wheel cylinders in the back leak out the brake fluid. So I just drove it out, drove it back, pumped the brakes a few times. It does work better than it was, but it's not good enough to be hauling no heavy loads going too fast. But I only ever bought the old truck because I thought it'd be something we needed around here on the farm. Throw some dirt in, or throw some old cow shit in, throw some whatever in, take it out and dump it in the field. We had that other old dump truck down there, but the motor locked up in it. But anyways, I ought to just sell it and buy me a dump trailer, but I still have it. So that's my old dump truck. I do need to take it and get it fixed so that it's usable, at least for me. Dad, he's got some big project. I'll show you Dad's project. Dad's got some big project he's working on. We got a bunch of concrete in a big pile at the dairy farm. Big pile of concrete at the dairy farm. He wants to move somewhere. We got a great big pile of dirt at the dairy farm that I want to move somewhere because we don't need it there. State piled it up there for us and we ain't done nothing with it yet. I did haul several loads of it to my house and dumped it out there. That's why the truck was sitting on the flat spot and the other truck was sitting down in a hole. Because there's no flat spot except for the front yard. Everything is downhill behind the house. So I'd like to level it out, get a decent flat spot so I can park the vehicles behind the house and then back up, turn, and then just go out the driveway. And then we'll redo the deck and we'll just come in through the kitchen door instead of always having to come through the front door, because it doesn't really make no sense because you got to walk all the way around the house to get to the kitchen door anyways. So if I was behind the house, you know what I'm saying. Anyways, like, subscribe, stop back often, comment. Catch you later. We're going home. This is Monday. Catch you later.